From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for May 26, 2017. Today we're going to be taking a look at the USDCAD, the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, for today's trade analysis. We're going to get started here on the daily time frame, looking at the long-term trend. And I want to look all the way back to really the beginning of the year, back into January. We have been overall in an uptrend. You can see along the long blue trend line it's been moving up. Now there's two periods within this overall uptrend that have been pretty bearish. You can see right in the middle of the trend, the fall of the red trend line, falling from here into the 1.3500s down into the 1.3200s. Then we made a significant rally higher, and now we're falling right back down once again from all the way at the top into pretty close to 1.38, but into the upper 1.37s, now back down into the 134s. Again, we're back down into a significant support level along that long-term blue trend line. So the question is, are we going to see the continuation of the downtrend, a change basically of the pattern we've seen for 2017, a break of the blue trend line, continuation lower, or are we going to find support and start moving higher like we did along the black trend line? So what we're looking for are clues and evidence to that. Well, first off, we can see historically there has been historical resistance here. Look back here with a black circle. So we see resistance here. We know there's been trading decisions been made here before. The green shaded area, 1.3445, 3420. There's been resistance. Now we're looking at support in that same area. Also, Fibonacci of the black trend line, basically bottom to top of the black trend line, puts the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level right at 1.3440, the green shaded area. So we have 618 fib right there from the black trend line into the green zone. We have historical resistance, and we also have the long-term blue trend line coming up from the bottom of the chart. So all of that lining up here right into the mid to low 1.34 is giving us a clue to support. One last clue that we're looking at here on the daily time frame is the Forex Black Book continues to be green. Even with the bearish movement, it still remains green. I would say over here as well, during this bearish movement, it stayed green for a period of time. Now, shortly just at the end of it, it turned red, but right before it turned around and went back up. But it is green and still signifies that there could be long-term bullish momentum still in play here. Now, yesterday we also talked about the OPEK oil meetings and the potential impact of oil and how that affects the dollar CAD. Well, we saw oil fall off, and you can see that effect here was this blue candle, yesterday's rise on the USDCAD, in correlation, inverse correlation to the fall on oil prices. So the question is, if oil continues to fall off, we may look for this to bounce off support and turn back higher. So if we see another significant surge lower on oil today, I don't think it'd be too difficult for this to break through resistance, the red trend line, and maybe make even a new higher high as it pushes towards the pink shaded area. So we have several different things. Now, if oil suddenly turns around and goes back up today and reverses its course from yesterday, then it could break down the blue trend line and continue to go lower. We are also above the 100 period simple moving average, so that gives us another clue to look at there. Let's go ahead and take it on down to the 4-hour time frame. So we can see already today the market in the current 4-hour candle has already come off of the 1.3440 45 level a little bit, just the current candle. We often look for rising lows and rising highs to give us a clue to a change of the trend pattern. Well, so far we now see a little bit of a rising low. This low is higher than this low. If that remains so, we will be looking for a potential change of the pattern. Now, if it breaks down through that green zone, that likely changes, and we look for it back into the blue shaded area at the bottom of the chart, which is down closer towards the 1.3390 or so level is the blue zone. One last clue here on the 4-hour time frame is that with that green trend bar in the Forex Black Book, we also see a green arrow showing a shift in momentum. Now, often that could be short-lived within a downtrend. We could see several green arrows within the downtrend that showed the market pushing, continuing to push lower. So the other clue that I have here is not only do we have a green arrow, it's now dipped into support and stayed on top of the green zone. So that's another clue that we would look for, always buying into support even with the Forex Black Book, because when that arrow popped up, it was all the way up here at the yellow zone. So What I'm looking for today is, of course, a couple of things. We do have U.S. news today. We need to see if that's going to be positive or negative for the U.S. dollar. We have the oil to continue to watch and see if it continues to fall off like it did yesterday. We want to continue to watch this support zone as a potential lower risk, high reward opportunity to trade this potentially for a reversal of the trend, similar to what happened there with the black trend line. So those are a couple of things I'm going to be watching today. Either way you look at it, you want to buy into support to give yourself a lower risk, higher reward. Now, if you're on the other side of the fence and you think this is a temporary support and it's going to break through, then I would say you want to consider the breakout below the green zone, or maybe even a rally to the red trend line and the resistance to give you lower risk and higher reward for a short. But at least at this point today, I'm going to focus in on buying the green zone above the yellow zone and targeting the pink zone. By the way, let me just list out these levels here. The yellow zone is 1.3490, 3515, and the pink zone 1.3570, 3600 for the USCAD today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.